On the 24th of February, life in Russia has changed completely. Today I will tell you about economical changes that will influence every person in Russia, no matter their political position. The Central Bank of Russia increased its key interest rate up to 20% and of course followed the reaction of commercial banks. Sberbank, the main bank of Russia, increased its mortgage rate for finished and under construction housing up to 18.6%. And then it also increased consumer loans rate up to 29%. What does it mean for ordinary Russians? Well, getting a loan for buying a house, for example, or an apartment, or even something simpler like a computer becomes almost impossible. Considering the general growth of inflation, which means increasing of prices for everything, and decreasing of incomes of the population, this interest rate will be just unbearable for ordinary people. It means that, for example, construction business, which has been developing very actively in the previous years, will just go bankrupt. Dollar and euro exchange rates towards ruble are as high as never before. For example, today on the international exchange market, Forex, the price of $1 reached 137 rubles. To give you an idea, before the war started, a dollar cost about 76 rubles. And the stocks of Russian companies collapsed too. I saw a few days ago that the price of a stock of Sberbank, the main bank of Russia, was about 1 cent on the international exchange market. And considering this, Russian exchange markets have been closed for a few days so far. We already faced devaluation of ruble in 1998, in 2008, in 2014, when incomes of Russians decreased significantly. According to experts, now this process is impossible to stop. It's possible only to slow down it a bit, so the collapse, the decrease, the devaluation of ruble wouldn't be completely vertical. People will again lose their savings that they were trying to collect during a few years of hard work. Russia is in panic. It's unclear if we should buy dollars or euro, if they will be able to receive them in Russian banks later. It's possible that the Central Bank of Russia just forbids withdrawing foreign currencies from your bank accounts. Now Putin signed a decree about special economic measures. The first point of this decree says that Russian exporters who get their incomes in foreign currency have to sell 80% of this income, and they have to sell 80% of income received starting from the 1st of January 2022, so even before the war. Russian residents were forbidden to transfer the money they have in foreign currencies to their bank accounts abroad. These measures are connected to the fact that foreign accounts of Russian Central Bank were frozen, so they don't have enough foreign currency and they need to get it somewhere. And one way is also to sell oil and gas abroad. So what else? Well, MasterCard and Visa stopped their work in Russia. Same for most of international payment systems like PayPal and so on. Also, some Russian banks were disconnected from international SWIFT systems, and it means that it's possible that even if Russians have, for example, foreign currency on their bank accounts, they will not be able to withdraw it. According to some experts, the most painful sanctions were introduced for the area of air transportation. First, most of the European countries closed their air borders for Russian airplanes, and later most Russian air companies had to stop all flights abroad. Why? Russia doesn't almost have own airplanes. They use Boeings and Airbuses. But also the problem is that most of the airplanes that Russian air companies used didn't belong to them. They were rented, and so now the owners of the airplanes want to get them back. There were a few cases when Russian airplanes went abroad, but they couldn't come back because they were arrested. So, because of this, Russian air companies decided not to execute any flights abroad. Another problem is that the supplies of necessary equipment and details for maintaining work of the planes of foreign production were stopped too. So, considering this tendency, I don't know for how long Russian airplanes can resist even inside Russia. We have our own airplane, Sukhoi Superjet 100, but it has quite doubtful reputation. These are only a part of sanctions, and the leaders of the European Union and the United States say that it's only the beginning. So the future of Russia now seems quite dark.